Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today it is game 2 of the 2024 World Chess Championship contested by Liren of China and Gukesh Dommaraju of India. Gu- Liren yesterday took the lead 1-0. He won a fantastic game in the French defense with with the black pieces against Gukesh, and today he's got the white pieces. So let's see how it's going to go. So Liren also plays e4, just like Gukesh did yesterday, but Gukesh does not play a French, he plays the traditional e5, and the players very quickly settle into an Italian with bishop to c5. This is known as the gioco piano. And Liren plays d3, which is not a very common move, but it's a move in the Italian. Often you want to build in the center for d4, and this knight will not go to c3, but it will rather go to d2 and then make its journey to g1. Gukesh develops his knight, but Liren shows his cards early as he's going to play a system with knight to c3. This is the equivalent of if we had knight e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. Liren could have got this position, which is the four knights, and is known to be very drawish. But he kind of goes for an Italian to see what Gukesh is going to play, and then kind of transitions the game into a four knights. But he wants his bishop on c5 because if we go back to that previous position after knight to c6 and we get the two knights out, you can't play here because there's what we have called the center fork trick with not d4 right away. You first take the pawn, and then when white takes back, you have this fork where you attack both pieces at the same time, and this just completely kills the game. So we get all these moves out. They play a6 and a4 just to give retreating squares for both the bishops. We get d3, castles, h6, bishop to e3, threatening an exchange, which would ruin black's pawn structure. But black does the same thing with their light squared bishop, and Liren plays this move a5. You can see he is still well in his preparation. Gukesh has had to take 1 or 2 minutes here and there to think a bit, and he takes a little bit of time. He takes the pawn, and he could take the dark squared bishop, but he elects not to. He castles, and this allows Ding to capture. So the players have got identical pawn structure in the center of the board. Ding plays this move b3. Gukesh takes the queen. Ding takes back, and Gukesh offers a rook trade. And here is where the game gets very interesting because Liren thinks for the first time in the game, really, and plays the move rook dc8, rook dc1 rather, uh, declining the rook exchange, but forcing his rook to be passive because there is just nothing on this file for it. There are 7 pieces on it. That rook is never seeing the light of day unless you come back. And this allows Gukesh to go here. It does hang this pawn, but if you take it, the rest of your position becomes very vulnerable. So Ding drops his knight back to e1 and will probably look to go towards d3. Gukesh just brings his rook and he will look to double on the file. Ding slides his king over. There's no danger to it coming this way. Gukesh plays this move at g3, just preventing maybe anything from coming to these squares and looking to build the pawns. And now Ding slides his rook back to this file. Gukesh doubles, and we get the move f3, just to give the king a bit of lift, and the king goes to f2 to come closer to the center of the board. And I told you, after sliding his king up to helpfully run it along, he plays the move h4, and Ding offers an exchange of knights. And my friends, I'm afraid this is where the game dies because Ding is slightly better. He can play this. I don't want to say slightly better. It's completely level, but you can play this position for quite a while. But the players elect not to, and they repeat moves and make a draw. Um, there were lots of questions raised about why Ding didn't play on. You know, he could have brought the knight to the center to put pressure on these pawns. He could have played h4 to continue the game, but he elected not to, and you can't argue with it. He is one game up. It was just a test in the opening. The position's very much level, and maybe he doesn't, trust himself. He's getting a bit of confidence back. So we shall see. Anyway, if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you did not like the video, tell me why in the comments. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.